We often share about the fun we have on our adventures with William, but sometimes our outings don't work out as we'd hoped. This weekend we'd planned a short break in Liverpool, which turned out to be one of our more challenging adventures. Here's how it went. We didn't get off to the best start, with William being very fed up and upset by the end of our 2-hour journey. Getting checked into our hotel was extremely challenging with a screaming William, but I focused on one hopeful plan for when we got to our room. This was to get William straight in the shower, which thankfully calmed him almost immediately. That evening was okay, with us having a little trip to find somewhere to eat. We landed on Five Guys, which William appreciated. However, the earlier challenge still felt very close. Thankfully, William slept well in our shared room, and the next day was feeling like a fresh start. I took him to explore the hotel. We even found a little garden he could run around in, a safe spot on the stairs for doing some vocal stimming, and a nearby park where William was getting very excited. All felt more positive until we went to get in the car for our day's outings and William had a big seizure. Still, we got to our first destination for the day, and after briefly closing his eyes in the car, William seemed okay to start exploring. This was a very cool Liverpool World Museum, which had different themes on each level, including the aquarium we got to first. Here though, William suddenly became very upset, indicating that he wanted food. We got back to the cafe where he could snack, and he gradually calmed while having a walk around. In time, we began to explore the museum more confidently, although William was still wanting to be on my shoulders nearly all the time, a sign that he's not feeling his best. We also had some sitting down barefoot time. Usually William would love a place like this, and we saw hints of his interest, like in the nicely lit Egyptian section with its hieroglyphics on the wall. He also enjoyed the tall staircase and was keen to get to the top of this to look down. I had a look at a few interesting things myself, but the morning was very much about keeping William content in his emotional post-seizure period. After the museum, we went to the famous Albert Docks, where William initially seemed much happier exploring the drops of rain around the car park. We then went on a big wheel, another thing William would usually be very excited about. However, he became upset when having to wait our turn on this. He did calm gradually during the ride, but didn't seem to take in much, and was again upset when it finished. After that, we went to the main part of Albert Docks, and amazingly, William suddenly became happier. Perhaps a combination of the water, the big pillars, and interesting railings helped to flip his mood. An unusual highlight came when we reached the area looking out over the wide mouth of the River Mersey. This seemed pretty bleak and grey in the windy conditions, but William clearly found it fascinating and exciting. We finished our weekend with another museum we came across at the docks. This was the Museum of Liverpool, which was nice and spacious, with William being able to explore while being in a much better mood. Our Liverpool weekend had big challenges, which I won't pretend we sailed through. I'm not even sure it was worth going. But we can never predict when these tough ones are going to come around, and so we continue with our hopeful adventures.